if you're watching this video, if this popped up on your feed, or you went and found it, or if it found you, maybe there's something in your life that you're having a problem with letting go and letting the universe take control over. I want to talk about this because I have been in the process of selling my van, and I get so overwhelmed sometimes with finding the perfect buyer or just finding a buyer to buy the van from me, because I would love to get my dream truck, and I have wanted my dream truck now for absolute years. I had a truck back in 2019 and I ended up selling it because me and my boyfriend at the time bought a van to convert, and now I have my own little van that is converted, but I have had it now for a couple of years and it's just time to move on. I'm a little MG, I'm a manifesting generator, and I move fast. I like change. I like to change things up. As soon as I get bored, I know it's time for something different. And I have been so overwhelmed at certain times with selling the van and finding the perfect buyer and just getting it off of my hands pretty much. And I need to remind myself, and this is for you too, if there's something in your life that you're trying or wanting a change, and whether that is a new vehicle or a job or finding your soulmate, finding the love of your life, it's so important to remember that everything is going to happen exactly when it's meant to happen. And when we hold the control over it, when we're putting that icky energy into whatever it is we want, that is making the manifestation, your desire, stay away from you longer. Because when you're putting that energy out into the world, the universe knows, source, God, universe, whatever you believe in, whatever your faith is in, it knows when the energy is just off. And instead of putting out that icky energy, when you are just letting things be, when you're letting things just happen, and when you release that control and you let the universe know that you completely and utterly trust that it has your back, is when the manifestations and all of your desires will come to you so much faster. Just like that. Snap of a finger. Snap of the fingers. It will happen. And I want to talk about this because I'm definitely not the only person who is going through this right now in my life. So I think it's a great reminder that whatever you are going through, it's important to take a step back and really just let it unfold before your eyes, because I'm reminding myself every single day that with the van, come here, baby. With the van every single day, when it's not sold, when somebody doesn't contact me, when there's no bites on it, the right buyer is going to come. The right buyer is out there. And the van is older. It's about 30 years old. It's a 1996. And since it's older, it has a little bit more to work on. There's some things that just go bad more often because it is a little bit older. Like a couple weeks ago, I had to replace the steering pump because it had rotted. About a week ago, I got new tires. 3 days ago, I got a new battery in the van. There's always things going because it is an older van, and that's what you have to expect. But with that, it is a great van. It has class. It has style. It is very cool. It's low in miles for its age. It doesn't have that much rust on it. It's amazing. And if you're watching this and you're looking for a van, reach out to me. But the van needs the perfect buyer. I can't just sell it to anybody who's not going to love it and cherish it like I did the time that I've had it. And I know that buyer's going to come. And I'm reminding myself that every single day that it doesn't get sold, it's because the right buyer hasn't found it yet. And it's going to happen. And I could say this also with my dream truck. I check cars.com probably 3-4 times a week. I check it pretty often. And I remind myself that the van also hasn't sold because my perfect truck isn't available right now. So if I got desperate and I lowered the price and I took a lowball offer on the van, first of all, that wouldn't feel good. The energy would be off. And second of all, if I did that, in doing that, the universe would know that the energy was off. And what if my favorite truck, what if the dream truck that I have envisioned wasn't ready? For all of those people who are into human design, I am a specific manifester. You have your specific, and then you have your non-specific manifestors. So being a specific manifester, I know down to the detail the exact truck I want. I know I want it to be black, a Chevy, a Silverado, Z71. I want the red tow hooks in the front. I know exactly what I'm desiring in my truck, and I don't want anything less than that, and I'm not going to get anything less than that. I have made that very, very clear to myself, to everybody else that asks me, and we talk about this, and to the universe. I have made it very clear. And I know that if the energy is whack, if I am not putting out the right energy, the high vibrations are not going out, then I'm not going to attract that truck back to me. And I'm not going to attract the perfect buyer. Yeah. And I'm reminding myself that even on the days that I'm really overwhelmed, and on the days that people hit me up and they lowball me selling the van, they ask for $4,000 or $5,000 lower than its listing, I remind myself that the perfect buyer is going to see the value. They're going to see the worth in the van. And I'm not going to have to make excuses. I'm not going to have to try to sell people on the van, because the right buyer is going to really love the van exactly how it is, exactly what it looks like. And the same goes for anything in your life too. Not just my example, but whether it's a job, whether it's love, whatever it is, I personally, myself, and I know from many other people talking to them, so many people go into looking for love, searching for love in a desperate energy. And I know it's very hard, because when you really desire love, you really desire connection, it's so hard to not want to, sorry guys, my hand hurts. I need my little holdy thing. But when you go into the energy of trying to find love and you use desperate energy, if you're not using energy out of love and you're putting that like funky energy in and and asking all of the questions, when is he coming? What is he going to look like? When is he going to be here? Then that goes out into the universe, and you're going to get something back, but it's definitely not going to be what you were expecting, what you were desiring, and it's definitely not going to be better than you were expecting, because you weren't letting the universe play its role and play its part in how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. Your job is to sit back and just know what you desire. Get into all of the fun details. Get into how you're going to feel when it happens. And for the specific manifestors, getting into every single detail of what it looks like, whether it is the love of your life, whether it is your dream truck, your dream house, anything that you're looking to manifest. Have fun with it. Like, that is your job, to have fun with it and let go of the rest, let go of the control, leave that to the universe. And an example is this. This is a funny example, but after I got out of a relationship a few years ago, I was dating my boyfriend at the time for a few years. And after I got out of the relationship, I was like, I am going to find my soulmate. I'm going to find somebody who is more connected spiritually, who loves to travel, who is able to travel for 6 months out of the year. My hand is shaking. Oh my gosh, you guys, how do people do this? But I was looking for somebody who could travel a lot, because I love to travel. I was looking for someone who is into spirituality. I was looking for somebody who just wanted to do all the things and I could go deeper with. I could have the deeper conversations with, and not just so on the 3D plane. So I started manifesting my soulmate, and a couple weeks later, after doing all my manifestation rituals and really visualizing what this person would look like, I met somebody. And he was exactly as I manifested him, but the energy was off, because the place in where I was when I was manifesting him, the energy was just off. It was desperate. It wasn't from a place of love. It was more coming from a place of desperation, of I need to find my soulmate, or I'm going to be alone forever. Where is he? When am I going to find him? When is he getting here? And I knew the energy was off. The universe knew the energy was off. And yes, I got exactly what I asked for. The universe always delivers. God, source, whatever it is you believe in, insert whatever it is you believe in, but they always deliver. And they're going to deliver in the way that you put your energy out there. Just remember that. Every single time, they deliver exactly as you show up. And I just want to remind that to you when you're holding so much pressure over something, when you are trying to force something and you want it to happen right away, really quickly. It's not happening because, one, you might not be ready for it. You might need to be a different version of yourself in order to have that manifestation or desire actually come into fruition. And number two, it's not ready for you yet. So whether that is love or a vehicle or a house, you both need to be on the same page. You both need to be in that alignment. So when you're manifesting, when you are wanting all of the desires to come in, make sure you're coming from a place of allowing it to just happen. Let it play out and knowing that it's going to happen exactly as it's meant to happen, when it's meant to happen, in divine timing. And there's no need to rush it because everything that is meant for you is yours already. It's already on its way to you. You don't need to worry. You don't need to be anxious about it. You don't need to put pressure on it. It's going to happen. It is coming to you. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can get something out of that because I really needed that reminder. So if I need that reminder, maybe you also needed that reminder in something in your life.